I'm coming at you from downtown Fort Worth, Texas. It's been a busy week. I have been traveling. I've got a lot to do, but I thought of something that I wanted to post about. Warren Buffett gave the advice, if you want to see success, look at the people in your life who are unsuccessful and do the opposite of what they do. So take someone who is lazy, who is fearful, who is always the victim, who doesn't read, doesn't advance their skill set. Someone who's broke and doesn't want to be of value, doesn't want to build relationships, doesn't want to go to the next level or have anything that really betters them. Take that person, now do the opposite. So let's apply that to weight maintenance. If you want to be successful, and people always ask this, what's the big secret with weight maintenance? Big secret is do the opposite of what everybody else does who has failed to maintain their weight. What did you do? If you're now in weight maintenance, what did you do that sets you out of control? One, you ate with blissful ignorance. You failed because time went by fast and you grew all out of your old clothes because you walked through life. Time went by fast. You lost control. And pretty soon you grew out of all your clothes. And now you collect them and say, oh, I wish I could fit into them. Well, then you got wise at some point and you realized that it matters what you put in your body and it matters how often you eat. So you stopped eating all the little meals and the snacking and all the stuff that destroyed you. You got wise to it. You ate when you were hungry, number 2. You ate when you were bored, number 3. You ate when you were stressed out. You ate to take back the power when you lost something, when you suffered a tragedy. You ate to celebrate too often. You ate without respect for the feast and famine cycles. Those 7 things I just rattled off there, those are the big PowerPoints. Those are the things that characterize the old you. But if you're now facing maintenance and you're wondering if you're going to be able to keep your weight off, you don't need to wonder. Do the opposite of those things. So now you're aware. You're not blissfully ignorant anymore. That's number 1. You're doing the opposite. You're aware. Number 2, you no longer eat when you're hungry. You no longer eat when you're bored. You no longer eat when you're stressed out. You no longer eat to take back the power because you realize that eating when you've suffered a tragedy is stupid because it never gives you back what you lost. You no longer find an excuse to celebrate all the time and have to eat too often, which is what gets people in a lot of trouble. And you no longer lack respect for the feast and famine cycles. You realize that being hungry is just as important as being full because you cannot really have one without the other. They coexist. So, can that be said of you? Now that you're aware of how you failed to maintain your weight in the days of your blissful ignorance, are you now able to say, I do the opposite of those 7 self-destructive things? Well, if that's the case, you have nothing to worry about because you are fully in control and will stay in control.